talking briefly about Love and Marriage Detroit. I will pick up next week on the finale and be more detailed. I'm just giving an overview because I am picking up on this show when it's about to go into the season finale, and I just so happen to love the show, and I had said that I would review it. And when I started doing my reviews, which was last week, I realized that I was kind of late in the game. But when they start back up next season, I will be from episode 1 to whatever episode they go into. I'm going to do all the Huntsville shows. I mean, not the Huntsville show, Huntsville spinoffs. And when DC comes back, I want to do DC as well. I'm just going to give you a brief overview of the couples. We have Christina and Brandon. They seem to be the Martell and male of the show. And then we have, and Christina's an influencer, and Brandon is I want to say a music producer, and he owns Star Factory. Then you have Doc and Anthony. Anthony, I think, is an entrepreneur, influencer, motivational speaker, I guess. I'm not sure. No diss to Anthony, no shade, I just don't know. Then you have Russell and Kobe. Kobe does the same thing that Christina does. She's also an influencer. And I think Kobe is great at it. Kobe and Christina are having a little few issues going forward because Brandon calls Kobe a Kobe cat because he thinks that his wife done closed up the market on influence, and she has not. As far as the style of clothing goes, and they're doing the clothes or whatever, I think Kobe is very happy. But you know, we go on to the episode that I'm coming in on, like episode 8, 9, and they kind of mesh together. They're having issues because Brandon and Christina, I believe, and I'm so confused here because they keep having this argument about Brandon and Christina not liking some publisher, and I think she works for Doc and Anthony. Well, this is where a lot of the tension between Doc and Christina lies. But to make peace, Doc decides to bring the couples to a couples retreat. But, you know, it's about business, but she decides to do that because they all need to get some peace. I think they go to a place called Travers, and they all have a little, they get there and they have a little, because I'm not passing right on by the bus, passing right along past that, and they get to the venue, and you know, they have dinner, and Russell cooks a big spread, and everybody's enjoying Russell's cooking, and they discuss the whole situation with Brittany, and Brittany is the publisher, and Chris and Brand not liking them. So Anthony, he does what Anthony does, pulls out his phone and calls Brittany, and he seems like he's kind of coaching her, and you know, Bravo picks up on that. You know, they go to bed and get up the next morning, and you know, they decide what they're going to do for the day, and Eric and Doc, you know, they own the wine called Opulence Wine. The men go play football at the beach, and Anthony and Brandon are still arguing, and you know, Anthony's all up in Brandon's face, and he's like, back up, man. The women are on the boat, and while they're on the boat, Christina strategically places her and LaToya together. And then she makes a little shady comment. Well, if she knocks me off the boat, then we're going to go together. Because I'm not going to go out like no punk. Well, I mean, you didn't have to sit by her. You came up with that on your own. No need for that. They get back to the beach, and the men are still kind of, you know, have some tense moments. But good old Robert and his mediation skills, he mediates the whole thing. So they go back to the hotel or the Airbnb, and the first thing that Chris does, she talks to Brandon about, you know, her and LaToya still having tension. And he brings up to her what's going on between he and Anthony. Now, he and Anthony are also having issues because Anthony seems to be taking over his showcase. Now, from the beginning of the show, this seemed to be Brandon's idea. But I'm lost on that. I thought it was Brandon's idea. I'm not sure why Anthony is taking over. He seems to have a little takeover spirit there. But I would go with Brandon on this because Brandon seems to have more experience with the music. However, Anthony is making so many decisions. He decides to bring who Brandon thinks is his mortal enemy. Oh, Lyric. Now, Lyric has a relationship previously with Christina. And it seems to be he had a little crush on her or something because he was working with her and he's bragging on Christina's voices and Christina's voice, and she sounds about like the rest of them today with that soft, barely can hear unless they had a mic right there voice. So I didn't understand a word she was saying, but going right along with the conversation, she admits that she used to work with Lyric, and she says his name is Sean. She met him as Sean, and that's what she's gonna call him. Okay, they have a big dinner at the end of the weekend, and everybody is getting along okay, but Christina, still in the back of her mind, realizes that her and LaToya need to have, Dr. LaToya, need to have a conversation. They go back to Detroit, and I believe they were in Traverse. I want to say Traverse. And they go back to Detroit, and hey, it's Brandon's birthday, and Brandon meets with his mom, his Caucasian mom, and he admits that they have a disconnect. Now, here's my observation, allegedly, and in my opinion, allegedly, and in my opinion, when African American males decide to partner with Caucasian women, that disconnect arises even more when the couple separates or divorces, because that Caucasian mother is left in the home to raise biracial children. A lot of the times, it takes an emotional toll on that parent. And that appears to be what happened with Brandon and his mother. There is a clear disconnect there. And the problem that comes in is the Caucasian woman usually, allegedly, and in my opinion, does not have the skills or the mindset to handle the racism and the prejudices that happen to her children. If she is in a store and she's alone, no one is staring at her, But when those biracial children come, everybody is wondering whose children are they. So they start to, in my opinion, to disconnect from the children, not knowing how to communicate with them, knowing nothing other than to provide them with the basic needs. Well, Brandon is missing an emotional connection with his mother. Now, I'm not saying it's her fault. I'm giving you the real. I'm saying that emotional disconnect is there because she doesn't know how to navigate through the cultural differences between her and her own child. And being that she didn't know how to do it, she withdrew. But Brandon comes up with a great idea. Let's go to counseling. And she cooks his favorite little cake, and she tells him that she agrees to go to counseling, which is a great thing. Back to LaToya, Dr. LaToya and Anthony. It's raining cats and dogs. They go to his Man's Movement venue. None other than Bravo decides to let Marsauer, aka Legs and Hips, speak at the venue. While they're at the venue, LaToya's looking around like, oh my God, I should have had more influence here, because it was very, very plain. Her dad, who's the bishop, he speaks, and they all speak to the gentleman that's there, but it wasn't a big turnout, and they go walking, and Brandon is looking around like, what is this? Like I was, why were they walking? What was Anthony doing with the walk? Maybe it was edited or something, but I didn't get the purpose of the walk. And being that it wasn't a big turnout, Brandon is confused. He's like, what is this? And Anthony is like, is he shading me? I'm doing a man's movement. I am trying to influence these men, I hate when people do that. I'm trying to influence men to become entrepreneurs. And Brandon is still confused, and here comes Kobe. Like, in her confession, she's like, what's his deal? We know exactly what it is. Well, why is Kobe feeling this way? Because she feels like she needs to defend Doc and Anthony against Christina and Brandon because she's having issues with Chrissy. And that's all that is. Now, Marsauer leaves the venue. He tells them that, he appreciated them for asking him to come and speak. They love Marsauer. Seems to be a going theme here when the crossover reality stars come to their events. Marsauer was given Marsauer. I never, ever understand what Marsauer is talking about. They end the episode with Brandon going to speak to the counselor. Brandon cries because he knows that he has that disconnect with the mother, and the mother is just kind of even-tempered, just seems to be flat affect. Not a how, in my opinion, not a whole lot of emotion, but Christina is very happy that they do the counseling. Well, like I said, the next episode is the season finale. I will be more detailed in that. However, I do apologize. Like I said, as soon as Detroit came on, I was like, yeah, I'm doing it. And it became a situation where I wasn't ready. So I didn't do it until I didn't start my channel until I was ready. And then I obviously let Huntsville slip by me. But I have a little ditty for you on Huntsville. And we're going to go over some of the things that happened on Love and Marriage Huntsville. And like I said, when we do the season finale, at least I'll be able to do on Detroit. At least I'll be able to do the season finale and the reunion. Again, more details. I just had to give you a kind of like an overview of the couples in this last episode that I saw. Well, I haven't made it because guess what? There's a trailer for Huntsville. Even though I didn't get to go over season B, whatever it is, I'm going to go over the trailer just a little bit. Now the trailer is full of music, so I'm going to be pausing in between to, give my little overview as I watch it. It starts off with the drink throw of Kiki giving it to her own cousin Letitia. She throws the drink in her face, but I feel like Kiki is fed up to here with her cousin, because cousin keeps bringing up her drug addiction, right? And when you have a drug addiction and you seek treatment for it, that's the last thing you need to hear. Somebody bringing it up constantly. Finally, we get to see Big Kiki, and I mean her husband, because I don't know his name. So we're going to call him Big Kiki. And I'm glad, because she needs an ally. Just like Letitia has her ally in Wanda. Phonics on the hook. She needs an ally in her husband. And if her husband understands that Kiki had an addiction and she's doing better, then why not the rest of the family too? Let's not keep judging her for something that she did in her past if she sought treatment. A lot of people don't seek treatment. You got to give them credit where credit is due. Pause here. Now, they are at some kind of meeting next, and it seems that Marcella is throwing out jabs at Tiff and Lulu, saying that she doesn't feel valued and her opinions don't matter. And obviously he's trying to throw a jab out at her home. Well, with the sour and the lemon head, do women's opinions really matter to them? No, they don't. These are the Scots, and that motel, but especially the Scots. I have never ever seen as much misogyny as I see with these fellas. Kitchen in the bedroom floor, kitchen in the bedroom. Pause here. Now, baby, when I say I wish that they weren't playing that music, I would be playing it while we were talking. But I don't have those kind of skills, so we're going to pause for the call. Just to be patient with me, because we got to talk about this trailer. When I found out it was on, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna throw that in and sprinkle it in with my Detroit review. That's what's important. Now, There's Chris sprinkling in the seasoning, letting hotel know that the Scots 1-1. Did I say 0.1? 1.0. That Scott 1.0 is going behind his back, saying that they have made scope what it is today. And the builder without a builder's license is upset because he knows the contribution that Mel and he made, and he mentions Mel. Now, throughout this season, I'm sure, now again, I don't know what season we're in with Love and Marriage Huntsville. I want to say season 6B, but I have 5 of them, and they confused too. Pause here. So we're back at the meeting, and we're discussing the Black Expo. And Marcel gets disrespectful as he normally is. And prior to that scene, Kimmy and Cheese Puff are talking. Maurice, that I call him Cheese Puff. They are talking, and Kimmy says that the money thing is an issue because he don't think that Marcel don't think that anyone paid for the Black Expo, not Expo, Expo. And prior to that, in a small scene, Marcel says that Bob the Builder owes him money. Well, they're sitting at the table back at the Expo meeting. They're sitting at the table, and Marcel brings up the money, and he's doing that word salad that Marcel does, and Courtney jumps in and like, would you please let Letitia talk? Because you all over the place. And Marcel thinks he's the boss, and he excuses Courtney and Stormster. Now I call Stormy. Shout out to you, Stormy. Now mind you, Stormy, I just want to give you your props, girl. Because, you know, I use your products. I mean, you may not be able to tell. Now I got my fro. But, you know, I throw in that growth serum in my cocktail. Yes, ma'am. And I am very, very proud of you and your Canvas Beauty products because you are truly my home girl. Because my family is probably right off the county line from Kemper County in Preston on that side, on the Worcester County side. So I know exactly where you stay. I had clients in Kemper, and girl, Kemper like that. So you did it, girl. I am so proud of you. But pause here. The next scene, Messy Chris is at the gym. Yeah, Messy Chris does what Messy Chris does. Sprinkle in the seasoning. And he goes and asks, where is Luke? And Martell is talking about somebody getting slapped. I think Courtney is telling him about, I can say Courtney. Let's be clear, I'm country, but I can say Courtney. Is telling him about, I believe, about the Black Expo meeting. Where he wanted to, you know, maybe put some hands on Marcel. Did I call him Marcel? Accidentally. He's Marcel. But, it seems that that's what they're talking about at the gym. And the next thing, Tiffany Lou is talking about how she feels disrespected. But, hey. Just like when they're alone on the show, moving right along. But I want to say, when I watch Tiffany Lou and, you know, at their home, they don't, I would have a maid come in, at least for family. I know this is reality, and And you know, you're supposed to present your real life. And hey, I don't present to be the best housekeeper. I have 2 children under 7, so I do the best I can when I can. But these are supposed to be upward and mobile. If I could afford having a maid come in, I would. When they film at that home, I cannot. I just can't. It just seems to me to be just entirely too junky. Pause here. Interesting. Yeah. They're in a hot tub, right? And all the women are there, and it seems like it's a spa type situation. And here they are discussing the men. Poor kid. Kimmy is talking about sex with Cheese Puff again. Cheese Puff, to me, I don't even want to give him a diagnosis, in my opinion, as a sex addict. But he is very, very sex obsessed. And for some reason, it just seems to be that he thinks that Kimmy is just supposed to jump whenever his... No! This woman is sick, and she is stressing about giving him the goodies. Like it. Pause here. Oh, no pause. Melody says that she produced 4 children with Hotel Motel. Now this man had a chick on the side for the better part of their marriage. And she said that she never got an orgasm. And they was doing, I'm going to assume that he wasn't giving her orgasm because he was over there giving them to Ariana. Ariana, coleslaw, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese. Were you over there getting O's? I want to know. Because she said she wasn't here. Pause here. Motel looks to be over at Nell's house, telling her again that Nell is a cheater. I got my platform now. I'm about to wear his ass out. ASAP. But not here. Right now, I'm going to talk about him just a little bit. When the season starts, I'm going to wear him in. Cheese Puff out. I can't wait. They are on my list. And if you know anything about the good old days, that's from a different world. Good old Jennifer Lewis, where I really fell in love with her. But back to the scene. Let me get it straight, because I can say motel. Motel is over there, and Nell telling her that Mel is a cheater. So, the moment he said that Mel cheated on him, bravo. You think you're going to cheat on me for 5 years, make another baby, and I don't get you back? Now, if Mel decided that she wanted to go around that corner and lay up at the Super 8, which I know she didn't, but I'm just saying, we talking about the South. Okay? And lay up at the Super 8 with her some mashed potatoes of her own, you better do it. Pause here. Now, Mel is having some kind of ceremony, and I'm thinking that she's, dropping the hoax off of her name because she's now Melanie Cherie Rogers, I would have had a ceremony too. You better go, girl. Then her and Motel meet, and Motel brings flowers, and he has on a ring that she gave him. She has on a ring as well, and I don't know what this is about, but Motel seems to be talking about again that he wants a good co-parenting relationship with Mel. Yeah, he might want a good co-parenting relationship with Mel in a marriage. And Mel has said that God said go, and Mel's gone, I believe, in my opinion. So, in the next scene, Nell decides that she wants to take them on a cash trip. Now, Carlos, you worked on RHOA. Get these people out of Alabama. Take them to the Caribbean. Or how about getting in a little boat going across seas? Now, OWN may not have the budget, but these are millionaires, right? Put OWN's budget and the rest of the millionaires, especially Courtney and Stoneman and Mel, and put them on a boat and let them go on a cruise. Let them go to Africa. That's a good spot. South America, Brazil. There's a lot of black folks, Afro-Latinos or whatever in South America. In Brazil, even though they speak Portugal, I guess they consider Afro-Latinos as well. Go. Take them there. Stop letting them travel around the United States. Houston's a good trip. But overseas, come on. I want to see them, overseas somewhere and living it up. A little bit of drama, yeah, we need it. But take them out the country. My suggestion. Listen to me. Pause here. They go to a bar and they're riding a bull. And looks like there's cheese puff on the bull because I think he's calling out for Kimmy. But in the next scene, there's old Hotel doing what he does best. He brings him a lady friend down to the Airbnb. And they get on the bus the next morning, and Kimmy brings it up as Kimmy does to deflect from her own issues. Because she never, that I have seen, talked about her issues in front of the group. Hello? Most of her issues are discussed with Cheese Puff alone. And what she does is deflect a lot of the time. So she's the one who brings up what Hotel is doing. And Nell's like, hold up. I have rules. Kimmy also says that, she heard sexual sounds and coming from Hotel direction. Now he grown and divorced. Trying to get back with his wife, grown and divorced. Pause here. Yuck. Cheese Puff decides to go to counseling. The counselor is telling him basically that he needs almost to get it in too much. And this misogynistic a-hole says how much is too much. And he talks to Marcella as well. And Marcella asks him how many times are he and Kimmy getting it in, and he says twice a month. And even Marcel says, you mean like normal married couple? Carlos, Marcel is my list. Oh, snap. Tisha thinks she might be pregnant. Tisha thinks she might be pregnant. And Marcel and his tatas, legs and hips are laying on the bed saying, "Halfway, we don't need a pregnancy test. We need a blood test." Now, we all know that the Scott brothers are idiots, right? Vasectomies can be reversed, and just like with tubal ligations, while rare, they can produce pregnancy. That's why when I had my tubal, I had it all cut out. The fallopian tubes, and I had my ovaries burnt, which means I have an even less chance of getting pregnant because I was an elderly mother, and I didn't want to put my life at risk again having babies with my very, very fertile partner. So, you idiot, vasectomies can fail. Human error. It happens. And he's sitting there with his smug ass, asking her if she's cheating on him. Oh, well. Kiki and Mel sit down, and Kiki got the tee-hee-hee. Which, Kiki, listen. Girl, we've been waiting for this. Pull out your arsenal. They have been dragging you about your addiction. Tell it, girl. Tell it. Tell it all from the window to the walls. Thank you. She goes on to say that old Marceau done had him a threesome. And in my opinion, allegedly, I believe Tisha knew about it. And was Tisha in the threesome? In the third party? Was she third party? We'll see. Now here we go with Nell. Oh, Nell. I love Nell. But why is she listening to Motel? She's sitting up there confronting Mel, asking her if she also cheated on Motel. Pro woman. Shut up, Nell. No disrespect, because I think you're older than me. But shut up. Stop it. Don't listen to Hotel, even if he says she was cheating. Because you're supposed to be like, girl, get back. Just because you didn't, when old sexy Chris sexy me, that gray beard. Okay, let's begin on that. You're supposed to be saying, girl, get your get back. And you sitting up there confront her. Stop. It's going to be on my list. Now, at the end of the trailer, Nell and Motel are arguing back and forth. Tisha and Marcel are having a conversation, and he questions her about cheating on him. And she says, just like he said in that car that night, about his big old back. I can't answer that question. Oh, snap. Get him, Tisha. I've been trying to send a backbone to you through the TV. Go, girl. Get him back. All y'all should get him back. Kimmy, in my opinion, should just dip on cheese puff. If not forever, leave his ass over there to think about what he's asking of her as a cancer survivor. My mama had cancer. Disrespectful to think that she is supposed to lay down and give you 6 after radiation. Disappointing. I am ready to fight into these male chauvinistic assholes as soon as the season starts. And I ain't scared of the fans. I'm a millimeter. But if Mel does something, I'm gonna call her out. Right now, she ain't done nothing to me. The rest of them, we'll talk. Thanks for joining me. This is Country Conversations with Diva D. I'm out. Deuces. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.